Yo, people, what's going on? Back again. Another episode. Footy Talk. The man them are here. What are you saying?
All good, all good. I was just communicating with the chat.
I see it.
Hassan was trying to accuse me of not being on time. I was like, nah, bro, I'm here.
I see them man there. I see them man. Them man. The chat's always popping before the show. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you smash the like on the way in. DG, what you saying, bro?
I'm there, my guy, man. I see that was getting on to me, man. That's the life, man. I guess it's a mystery as to who was holding it up, man.
No, bro, it doesn't matter. Man are all here now.
I lie.
All the ones there.
Trust me.
It's what it is, bro. Matisse, blood. You see a full turnaround with your team now.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm living life, you know.
Photo's gone again in this guy's background. This is how snaky is. What happened to the background pictures? What happened to the other one that used to be up there?
Oh, what the Giroud? The Giroud top. Yeah, hold on. You want to see it?
Bruv, Giroud is the man, blood. Trust me. Man been sleeping on Giroud for too long, cuz.
There you go. There you go.
Shout out to Giroud, man. Shout out to Giroud, man. I got fond memories of that guy and other memories of that dude. But yeah, man. Shout out to Giroud.
Yeah,
Giroud's a bad man. Man, have to respect Giroud still, bro. He's a player I've always liked. Do you get me? So, yeah, I'm saying, hold on, what? Hold on, what? Man is saying Mikel Antonio's gonna play for Jamaica, bro.
Hey, yeah, boy. We might be up in this world, boy.
What man telling me, yeah?
Just like that, he's the best player in the Prem ever. Just like
what you mad say, bruv? Nah, we're going to the World Cup, blood. It's mad, you know.
Bailey.
It's mad. Going to the World Cup, man.
Now we just need Raheem Sterling to get himself together as well and go on the left.
We need to dream chase and chat to Smith Rowe or something, man. So,
I like, but Smith Rowe sounds like a yardie, blood. Emil Smith Rowe, blood. Just send the birth certificate. What's the man saying?
Lich.
Hey, blood. Antonio, you know.
Antonio,
that's lit for us, man. That's lit.
Big move.
That's very lit, man. Just saw that now, bro. It popped up on my phone.
Antonio, man.
Gassed me,
he's a real one deep down.
Come on, man. Go, blood. Hey, that's gassed me, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm here for that kind of news still.
We need Jamaica to do like a Colombia where they just have a good tournament. You know what
I mean?
Fam, the vibes are incredible.
Mad vibes.
We just need to clap the English-born ones now, man. We need to do what Nigeria do, man. Shout out to Nigeria. They know exactly how to do this thing.
Yeah, 100%, bro. What are you saying for Tuchel though, bro? You're a guy, bro.
I mean, it was a great win. I mean, Atletico Madrid have been really balanced this season in La Liga. They've got quite a lot of goals. Suarez, Felix, even Lamar's had a better season. So I was quite surprised with how they set up. They were very defensive, quite negative. Outside the first 10, 15 minutes, they just decided to just park the bus and just go with 2 lines at 5. They were like an inflated Tottenham Hotspur under Mourinho. So I was a bit shocked with that, but you play what's in front of you. Maybe in some way we forced their hand. We always like to have possession on the Tuchel anyway, especially with Jorginho and Kova. But yeah, we first half we struggled to get through, which was annoying. I just think in midfield, Chelsea just lacked that Cesc Fabregas world-class level passer. Mason Mount, Jorginho, they was all trying it, but they couldn't quite, thread the final ball through. And they kept giving away the ball. And obviously the lines were difficult to break, but that's where the men are separated from the boys kind of thing, I guess. So the first half was a bit long for us. And it's funny because going into the game, I thought the best I could hope for was a 1-1. But to get a clean sheet and then get a 1-0 win with no Thiago Silva as well.
And an away goal.
An away goal, huge win. So great goal from Giroud. The improvisation from that man is ridiculous. We've spoken about on this show many times. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer, but this brother can just get a goal out of nothing, from the scorpion kick to scissor kicks to volleys.
Yeah.
Incredible. So I'm delighted, man. I couldn't ask for more in terms of the result.
You know what's mad about Giroud, yeah? It's almost like this youth was kind of born in like the wrong era, because it's mad. Because when man say he's not an out-and-out,
he'd be elite.
What's that?
If it was 4-4 Tuesdays, he'd be elite, man. He'd be elite.
That's what I'm saying. And man are saying, no, he's not an out-and-out goal scorer. But realistically, that goal score, even though he's a good finisher, goal scoring isn't his strength. His strengths are his all-round game.
Yeah.
You know them ones. So, like, he's the guy that brings out the best out of everyone else. Just like Heskey brought the best out of Owen. Michael Owen will always say Heskey's the best person he played with. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones where if you play in a 2 with Giroud, you're eating good every game. You know what I'm saying? Because he's mad unselfish, but he's a sick finisher, bro. Like he's actually a sick finisher, and you saw that the overhead kick. You don't expect a man that size Do you know what I'm saying? A man say he ain't got pace, yeah. So they mistake that with him not being athletic, bro. But the athleticism of that finish was mad, bro.
To land correct and not bust yourself as well and be able to do that, it's a skill in itself.
Yeah, but everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And he didn't have
Big man
no
like him as
time.
well.
He had no time to think about it. That's how you knew it was in the locker, because it's not like even Ali scored a sick overhead kick. But with Ali, yeah, Ali controlled it, and the touch kind of made up his mind for him. You know them one.
Yeah,
Giroud just saw the ball and said, "Listen, this is what's going on." You know, like like that. It's a different thing, because certain man, if they're not confident, they could try and control it or let it come over their head, let it bounce, and that. He just went, nah. As soon as he saw that ball, he said, "This is what's happening today, blood." You know what I'm saying? And he clattered it, and it's not only did he catch it well, yeah, but man put it in the corner as well. Like it was a wavy finish. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was a massive goal. That was like a professional performance. Like I watched the game, and when we were analyzing it, you could see from the very, very beginning that it was like Atletico at the beginning. They said, "Fuck it, we're not gonna press. Gonna let Chelsea have the ball. Low block, 6-3-1 formation, chilling." You know what I'm saying? First 15 minutes of the second half, they came out pressing from the front. They tried to kind of apply pressure. No change out of Chelsea, and then, bruv, like. Chelsea were just very good on the ball, comfortable on the ball, apart from Rudiger, who looked a bit shaky on the ball. That gave the ball away, playing out from the back. I don't think he's got the feet. I don't think he's got the feet to play for this manager long term. I think he'll get sold. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm hoping so. Because I would want 3 ball playing centre backs in the back 3. That's the main thing. If you're going to sacrifice a midfielder as a top team, you need 3 ball playing centre backs. I would love a left footer on that left-hand side, so he can open up the pitch and he can step forward into midfield, same way the right side. Aspilicueta I spoke about before, where first half he was giving the ball away a lot because he was trying to make those incisive passes that you need to make when you step into midfield as a right-sided centre-back, but he couldn't make those passes. So again, you'd hope someone comes in with a better passing range and ability. But in saying all of that, I mean, yeah, they didn't come out. I think they had no shots on target. Certainly in the first half, maybe.
Bro, I don't remember them having a shot on target in the game, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they did. You know, Felix was kept quiet. He had one overhead kick himself, but he was kept quite quiet. Suarez had a little moment with Rudiger. But yeah, I wouldn't like. It was one of those games where I wouldn't say Chelsea had like anyone who performed outstandingly well. I would just say everybody was just at a very good, solid level, put in the shift. And was, like you said, very professional performance. And on Ali, I mean, Ali set himself up for it. I think that's great. It's still a fantastic goal, but it's definitely more difficult when you just take it first time and it's just in mid-air and you're just like, I'm just going to go for it. That's what.
Bro, a volley is always going to be harder than a half volley, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's always going to be harder than a half volley, regardless, whether it's the ball's coming from distance or whatever. Like the fact that Ali's touched it, and he's killed the pace on the ball, and then it's come up. You can judge the bounce when you touch the ball, blood. When the ball's coming to you, bruv, and you have to adjust your body and do them other things, your brain has to work like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And the way he's adjusted to it as well, and then the mad thing waiting for the VAR after, like, I thought surely he's offside. And thank God for VAR in those situations, because it's like, bruv, you sure it came off an Atletico player? Like, my initial thought was he's miles off.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean, I didn't see who the ball came off. Do you know what I mean? So that's when VAR works favorably. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like it's one of them ones where like it was a professional performance. Chelsea would have been happy away from home anyway with a draw. Do you know what I mean? Going to there with the form they're in, the top of La Liga, but to restrict them to no shots on goal and also be clinical enough that probably with like your only shot on target you scored or something like that, bro. Like that's a professional, that's a smash and grab in it. Like that's what you do away from home in Europe against the top sides. You just go get the result, bro. It don't matter how it was. And
best goalkeeper in the world as well. I mean, this only makes me look at La Liga in a certain way, because I'm like, how is the La Liga leaders coming out like this? I expected them to be a lot better than they were in terms of just wanting to be on the front foot and get goals. I understand Simeone's always been a defensive coach, but this season, like we've been saying, he's been a bit more balanced with his team in terms of getting goals. So if that's the state of, you know, like I said, there's still a second leg to kill, but I'm just surprised that the team top of La Liga came out like that at home. I mean, Barcelona, Real Madrid, all these guys, it's like, what is going on with La Liga at the moment? Do you know what I mean?
No, but you know what it is, though? To be fair to the manager, he plays more expansive against lesser teams, innit?
Yeah.
He does. And that's what it is. He paid respect to Chelsea. Rightly so. Maybe too much respect.
Too much respect.
Yeah. I think maybe too much respect. You know what I mean? I heard they had a few man injured, but either way, it's like Felix is dying in that system because he's a flair player and he's doing donkey work, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's mad. The only reason why he's not in the conversation with Haaland and Mbappe now is because of the team he's at. Because he's every bit, if not more talented than both of them. And it's one of them ones where it was a bad decision for him to go there. He definitely went there for the money. He didn't go there thinking about his legacy in football and his development in football, or else he would have never gone to that football club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If he goes to a Man City or someone under Pep, or even a Liverpool,
bro, he could even gone fucking a Villarreal or something.
Any team who wants to pass the ball.
Any team that wants to play ball, blood.
Yeah.
You know, like that. It's just that maybe and no one else could afford him. Do you know what I mean? So he ended up going.
He clearly has shit advisors around him.
100%.
It's like, because you would have seen, and he might be just, he's still a young kid, a young teenager, so he might be a bit naive, but that move is dead. He has had some bits and pieces where he's looked at Atletico, but like you said, man, whenever it was, he just restricted, and against Chelsea, he's just picking up into areas where they're doubling up against him anyways. There's no space anyways. He's going to have to, he's receiving it with his back to goal. He's dead. He can't really develop there under Simeone to a point.
100%. And also your goalkeeper, Mendy, his feet are terrible as well, bro.
He's big, bro.
His feet are mad, bro. Like, bro, I'm seeing my man play passes that are bouncing over man's head. How can you play a pass to
against us?
Yeah. How can you play a ball to a man and the ball bounces before them and goes over their head? Like, how does that? Like, how do you get that so wrong? Like, it's mad. The way your manager plays, I see the way Pep dashed Joe Hart straight away. He's not going to be happy with that goalkeeper. You know what I'm saying? So there's
the thing is with Mendy is that he's very up and down, because he's had some really good moments playing out from the back where he's been good, and to be honest, he's made Kepa look a bit overrated in that regard sometimes. Where I've looked at Kepa, I've looked at Mendy and said, okay, you're quite competent, but he does scare you. Do you know what I mean? Like that moment where he basically kicked it into the attacker and then it went out. Luckily, it went towards the corner flag and we managed to keep the ball. Those moments there is where you're like,
didn't Czech say he's been watching him for like 3-4 years?
Yeah. But I think Chelsea didn't buy him for ball playing aspects. They definitely bought him.
They bought him because he's a decent shot stopper.
Yeah, exactly. We've come from a goalkeeper who's shocking at shot stopping and also collecting crosses, and Mendy can do both those things. He can stop the shots. I think he's got up there with the most clean sheets in the Champions League, and then in the Premier League he's doing pretty well as well. And obviously he's tall as hell, lanky as hell, so he's obviously going to collect the crosses. So I think Chelsea just wants to go back to having a normal goalkeeper again that can actually just do their job and leave the ball playing stuff at home, I guess.
Yeah, like a man said here, like La Liga's finished. Well, you see, one thing I say about football. Football, is a game of opinions, isn't it? And the thing is, in their own right, all of like the top leagues in Europe are good in their own right. If you want to see high line, do you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you watch the German league. If you want to watch proper technical football, you watch La Liga. If you want to watch proper tactical, like chess almost, then you watch Serie A. And if you want to watch man running around like crackheads, you watch the Prem, innit?
Yeah, just
like
it's madness.
It's that simple, innit, bro? Like when you look, like yesterday, the Real Madrid game, I enjoyed, for the simple fact that, bruv, the way Real Madrid play football, I just like it. It's mad technical, bro. You got Toni Kroos walking for 90 minutes. Like, man counted how many times he kind of changed pace into like a jog, like 3 times in 90 minutes. He looked like he's playing in a Vets game. And that's Atalanta away, bro. Like, that's how man plays. Luka Modric pulling strings, nice little passes. Isco in the false 9, rolling man and mad touches, everything. I love watching that kind of football. I'd rather watch that than watching man hoof the ball into the wingers, bruv, and then man trying to play ISO like his basketball, blood. Like, I don't want to see that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it very much, even the Dortmund game as well, what was the score in that? Haaland bagged a couple and got assist. It was like 3-0 or 3-1 or some shit like that. The Dortmund game.
Got the scissor kick as well.
Yeah, not that game. The game where him and Sancho linked up.
The game
with the banger. It's like 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, 3-1 or something. Very good game of
3-2,
football, bro. All of these games of football, I find more interesting to watch than a lot of the Premier League games, because there's a lot more that goes on a technical level. But it's all about styles, bro. Same with boxing, same with anything, same with any sport, bro. Certain styles are better suited to playing against certain styles. And that's why You see it. You saw it last year, blood. Teams from League One, you're knocking out Premier League teams, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends, bro. Sometimes some teams are just made for other teams, and some teams will not do against certain styles of football, innit? The way Atletico played and the way Chelsea play, I always knew the game was going to be the way it was, because Chelsea are possession based and Atletico are defensive. So we knew that Chelsea were going to have a lot of the ball. We knew that Atletico were going to spend most of the game defending. The only way Atletico were going to win is if they were super clinical when they created chances, but they didn't create any. Do you know what I mean? So there was never any goals in it for them, really, unless somebody, a little moments of brilliance was always going to be how they scored. Do you know what I mean?
That's
And Chelsea were always going to only get in down the width because these men defend deep. So Chelsea's fullbacks were always going to be the guys that got the most space in that game.
Because it's funny you said that, man. Because that's, if I was just as a neutral watching that game, not to take anything from the performance, but if I was Tuchel and you could see him animated, I feel that there was probably Chelsea feel it's a good result and take nothing away from it. But in terms of what happened, more goals without a doubt, like you said, because you're playing in front of them. I mean, they've got 11 clean sheets up until that point, but I think they conceded in 9 of their last 11. Chelsea, they've been playing good football, so I felt Chelsea needed to cut them open. Like, there was times I actually feel Hudson-Odoi was in acres of space continuously, and it's like what we were saying earlier. It's like they ain't really got a player that can consistently hit that. I felt Kovacic was all right. He could have driven more, but yeah, man, I just felt that, like Matisse said, probably should have had more shots. You know, Giroud's clinical at the end of the day, but it's a decent game. It's interesting what you said about the Atlanta one, because I actually feel Atlanta played better than Real Madrid. I share your opinion that it was a wavy game, but it's like Atlanta had 10 men down.
Even with 10 men, they didn't look like they had 10 men.
They're playing, they're still trusting each other, and they were unlucky. They got shagged in the end, but yeah, it's like you said, it's an entertaining game, man.
Atlanta,
100%.
Atlanta are the definition of a team. Do you know what I mean?
Gasperini, whoever the gaffer, he's doing his thing there, man.
100%. Yeah,
bro, they kept the ball very well, even with 10 men. And again, that's what happens when you have a system, bro.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Because you look at the Chelsea team as well, because they've got a 3-4-3. Yeah, all that happens if they get a man sent off, you just play 3-4-2. Nothing changes.
Yeah,
nothing changes. Instead of playing a 3, bro, you just play 2 narrow, and you play the same way from the back through the middle, the same way.
Yeah.
When you don't have a system, you get a man sent off, and everyone's doing bare extra running. You know what I mean? Like, there's holes everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you can see Atalanta is the perfect example. They had 10 men. It didn't look like 10 men. They still had to make Real Madrid work for it. And again, it was a beautiful goal from Mendy. Yeah, but
they had Real Madrid had 2 shots, and the red card was like in the opening 20 minutes. It says it all about Atlanta in that game, man. It says it all.
It shows that they're very well drilled, very well marshaled, and it was a good football match. It was a good tactical game. Do you know what I'm saying? And it came down to individual brilliance to break them down in the end. They weren't overran at all.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. Exactly. Proper good manager. Do you know what I mean? You don't hear many men talking about that manager, but bro, what he's done there, do you know what I mean? And no one's looking at Atalanta saying, oh yeah, let's go get this player or that player. No one. Exactly. You know them ones there. This manager's got these men in the Champions League, bro.
It reminds me of that Ajax team under Ten Hag, where they were again just a really good team, like a proper machine. Every single pass had a purpose, and it moved on to the next person just so fluid. I mean, you've got a player like Tadic, who at Southampton was decent, has now gone to Ajax and was looking like, you know, a superstar in that team. But it was all down to the system. You know, you take those individuals out of that system, and you've lost a little bit there. Ziyech is struggling a little bit at Chelsea. He's got a long way to go now out of that Ajax system. Van der Beek as well, maybe potentially not getting the minutes at United. He's got a long way to go to get used to the Premier League. They're players that were used to being coached so well in the system, and that was just ticking so well. Now they've, you know, come into a new league, and really they're both started with inferior managers as well, who are maybe not as focused on the system, and individuality's got to take over a little bit more, and they've struggled a little bit. So yeah, I think, I mean, you should be shopping at Atlanta, but only if you're a good coach.
Yeah, bro, but that's why I think we're seeing,
don't bother.
We're seeing now with players like Ziyech, Van der Beek, and that, why players don't come to the Prem. I don't blame them. I genuinely don't blame them. You know what I mean? For not coming to the Premier League, because, bro, like, just because you're a good footballer, that's not enough here.
No.
Now, we saw what happened with Henrik Mkhitaryan, bruv. Like, coming from Germany, he was one of the best players in Europe on paper. Came to England. All of a sudden, he's getting played right wing when he's a number 10. A man struggling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like, bruv, it happens all too often, bro. It happens all too often, and it's got nothing to do with ability. It's got nothing to do with ability. Like, the football here will translates well to the football here.
Yeah.
That's it, innit? Like football
It's
don't
completely
play,
different.
bruv. It's just like when you look at England, bruv, we drive on the left-hand side of the road and everyone else in Europe drives on the other side, bruv. Everything here is just everything here is just fucked, bro. Like everything's different. Like we think that our way is the best way, but blood, everyone else's way ain't the same as ours, blood. You know, like that. So just because ours is different, it don't mean it's better.
Yeah.
It don't mean it's better because all these men, yeah, that we're all saying our team should sign are coming from these so-called farmers leagues, blood. I'm not looking at bare Premier League players and saying, oh man, United need to go sign him from Brighton, sign him from Bournemouth, or sign him from fucking, do you know what I mean, West Brom or whatever, blood. I'm not looking at Premier League players to improve my football team, with the exception of maybe like a Grealish or something. I'm not looking at them. Do you know what I mean? But man are looking at players that are playing for teams outside of the top 4 in other countries to sign, bruv. So that tells you that clearly the level must be better there.
Or at least the way that they play football is way more attractive to then complement the top teams in our country that are trying to strive to do well in Europe. If you're trying to do well in Europe, you're trying to pick out some of those teams that you're talking about outside the top 4 in other countries. I mean, even the French second division, I'm seeing players come out of there like nothing for them. You know what I mean? It's nuts.
Well, bruv, what's his name? The Arsenal youth.
Guendouzi was that Lorient.
Yeah, Guendouzi was.
Bruv, he come from second division straight into the Prem.
Barely played in there as well. Yeah,
straight into the Prem, bro. Didn't even break a sweat. So you know, like that. How many man do you see? Yeah, coming out of the second division in England. Yeah, the Championship. Yeah, going straight into the Prem and shelling. You can only think of Dele Alli, bro.
A top team as well to go straight to Arsenal.
You can only think of Dele Alli, bro, and he just came out here effortlessly, bro, and was just in the Prem rolling man over, blood. Like, so, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people overestimate the level of the Premier League, bro. It's only because there's more money here, and the games are higher paced, and they're more exciting for the casual football fans that don't understand that football is a game of chess, blood. You know what I mean? They don't understand that it's tactical. They don't understand that. They just want to see exciting moments, loads of action, end-to-end stuff. But really, if you see an end-to-end game of football, yeah, it just means that the level's very low, blood.
Yeah, it just means tactically they're unstuck. They're out. There's no one in position. So there's a lot of space and it's just crazy. Which if you like that, that's fine. I mean, we all like crazy football, but you need to call a spade, man.
But that's what it is, bro. Because it's like watching playground football. Nobody's got positions, whatever. And it's end-to-end. Literally. It's literally, bro. When you see a football match that's end-to-end, it means somebody has got their tactics wrong. That's what it means.
The best coaches right now seem to be coming from Germany. I mean, I saw this interview of Rio and Tuchel, and I couldn't. Again, I've never.
It's on my to watch list. I'm gonna watch it probably after this.
It's one of the best interviews I've seen with a manager since I've watched football. Like honestly, it's an incredible interview between Rio and Tuchel. The detail and just also the charisma and the personality that comes across is just unbelievable. I think
he's so likable. I like him.
So likable. Like honestly, I don't really try to get attached to managers because I know it's Chelsea. Do you know what I mean?
It's like Lampard. Game of Thrones, blood, at your club. Bro, you know them ones Lampard. There, bro. You can't get attached to no one. Two man's head just get licked off, blood.
100%. It's mad. Even Lampard, I tried to keep it very objective. I was like, yo, if he doesn't sort himself out after this little break.
You're capping, man. You was out here emotional with that Lampard stuff, man. I can't let you cap.
We had to stop up. But remember, after that,
them guys not low.
After that Leicester defeat, I did call a spade, and I said he needed to go. I probably gave him more time than I would most. But at the end of the day, there was always going to be a cut-off point where it was like, nah, you need to go. And it was after that Leicester game, and then lo and behold, he's sacked a week later. But with this Tuchel guy, like I said, I don't really try to establish no relationship with no manager, but he is incredible, man. He, like in terms of the way that he articulates himself, he speaks better English than a lot of people that just know this language. It's nuts. It's incredible to see. But the main point I wanted to make was that a lot of the best managers are not coming from England. Do you know what I mean? So again, what does that go to show about the way that fundamentally we're coached from grassroots up?
Tells you everything's flawed, man.
It's only now that we're starting to produce some actual talents in this country. Do you know what I'm saying? Like your Fodens, your Grealishes. And if we don't get it right with Southgate and get rid of him and we probably have to get a foreign coach. We probably do. But if we don't get that sorted ASAP, we're going to kill these talents internationally. We're not going to win what we're meant to win, because for the first time, England actually have a setup and a base of young players that are on the level of the young German squad or the young Spain squad, or at least they have signs of looking like that with your Sakas, your Grealish is not young, but he's coming to his own now. Foden, Sancho, all of these guys, we've listed them before. You could go on and on. England actually have a talented team now that could play the football that we're talking about. But if they don't get the right coaching, it's going to be a wrap. Club level, you know, they're starting to get it with, you know, your Tuchels, your Klopps, your Peps. But internationally, they're not getting it. So, you know, we ain't winning nothing until we change that, because you can have all the talented ballers in the world, but as we've seen with the Atalantas and the Ajaxes, you still need to be coached as well, you know?
100%, bruv. And my man asking me about Ferland Mendy, bro. I was watching the game yesterday. For me, he's the best left back in the world, blood. For me.
You think so? Above Davis?
Above him. Because I just think that he's technically better, innit? He's just technically assured, bro. That man scored with his right foot yesterday. Man's a left back, and the thing is, his energy, he always wants to get forward. And what I like about him,
the real Mendy, man.
Bro, City need to swap, man. You know them ones.
That's
City
the real
got,
Mendy.
City got the Bandulu thing, bro.
The imposter.
Bruv, listen, you know them ones. I wouldn't even be surprised if they thought they were signing him, blood, and they got the other one, got man's cousin and that.
Yeah,
bruv, it's a mad thing, bro. Like, bro, he's wavy, and you know what I like? Yeah, it's like he's so technically good. Yeah. It's like he don't just go down the outside. He comes on the inside on his right foot, and then he plays it into the striker, and he comes inside and he wants to link, bruv. You know them. You could tell he just wants to play football. A lot of these man just kick and run down the outside, bruv. Fuck that. You know them ones. Like, I like Davis, yeah. Well. I like Davis, yeah. But a lot of these youths, yeah, that like Davis, yeah, it's just because he's got mad pace, bruv. You know what I mean? He just, bruv, he used to be a striker, left winger, and he just, bruv, he blasts, he'll run past man down the outside, yeah. But Mendy's cold. Like, Mendy is actually cold, bro, and he's mad assured on the ball, blood. Like, he could play centre back.
Yeah,
he could actually play centre back.
A player like Davies would do bits in the Premier League. Now that I think about it, Premier League Davies.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro.
Absolute mess. Like, I'm just thinking about it.
And
now.
Bro, I like Davies. I like him, bro. Like, he's a wavy player, and he's just a cool youth as well. Like, he's a cool youth, blood. I watch his YouTube and that. He's a cool youth. But you see that Ferland Mendy, bro. Like, that's a bit of me, bro. I like technical players, bro. Like, too many men are like drawn up with pace and all of that. But you see the thing with when you're good technically, you get the extra time and space, yeah, that you don't need when you don't have it, and you need the extra pace. You know them ones. You don't need extra pace when you got a good touch, bro, because that good touch gives you an extra second on the ball anyway. Gives you an extra second on the ball.
Leon always produce great players, though, don't they? I mean, he's come from Leon. I don't know where he started, but
he had a tough start to professional football. I think he had that typical story where, you know, everything's out for him not to make it. I think he had a heart problem real young as well. He had a madness to be a professional footballer, and he's only 25.
Yeah, no,
he spent much of his time in a wheelchair apparently as a kid as well.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Seriously,
academy, of course.
Man said, I know why Mendy's the best left back on FIFA. Blood, listen, FIFA don't always get it right, but understand, yeah, this youth is cold. You know them, and that's what it is, bro. When I'm comparing players, I compare the weapons that they've got. You know them ones, and bruv, bruv, I can't remember the last time I've seen a 2-footed left back, bro, that is actually left-footed. You don't see it. Because most times left-footed players, because they're a luxury in the game and they're so few and far between, bro, most of the time their right foot's just for standing on, bruv.
Yeah, facts.
That's just it. Do you know what I'm saying? So to see a player coming inside on his right foot who's left-footed and doing them things, bro, he's wavy. Like, Davis is techie, but the tech's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, Mendy looks like he could play CM, blood. Like, that's how good he is technically. That's a different level of technicality. Do you know what I mean? There's certain man. That's it. He looks like he could play DM or CM. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Davis looks like, yeah, cool, he could play left wing. And he used to be a striker, but I wouldn't play him in the middle of the park because he's not technical like that. Do you see what I'm saying? So, do you know what I'm saying? It's a toss-up. They're the two best left backs.
If I'm building a team for the Prem, I always want a balance between the two, between the techies and obviously their flex, because when you're coming up against Adama Traore, it's a wrap for some of these man. The way that
Mendy's quick too.
Comes at Alonso, I'm thinking as well. I mean, Alonso's not even techie, so Alonso is not techie or a physically imposing player. But in terms of when you're coming up against some of these guys, it's long. I mean, you have to have the one thing with Mendy as well is that he seems to be intelligent. You've got techie's one thing, but also you've got to be very intelligent. Your positioning's got to be good, your awareness, all of these things as well. If you're just good on the ball, but you don't have the awareness, then that's where the lack of pace can hurt you. But because he's actually intelligent as well when he's playing the game, then he's calm. Real Madrid are smart, man. They've got a luxury. I don't know how much they paid for him, but he kind of went under the radar. No one really seemed to be fighting over him like that. That I could see, you know. So
yeah, 100%. A man saying that Mendy's been playing centre back as well, bro. See, I didn't even know that. That's the first time I've watched him for a full 90. Like I've seen glimpses of him for a while. Alphonso Davies, I've seen more of. I've seen more 90 minutes games of his. Do you know what I mean? I know what their strengths and their weaknesses, and they're two very, very good footballers. You know them ones, but that's what it is. But there's different types of technical ability. It's just like when some Man United fans, they see Wan-Bissaka tackling, yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, he can play DM. I'm like, the guy can't pass, bro. And he's positionally not aware. Just because man tackles doesn't mean they can play in the center of the pitch.
No.
The problem with English fans. Don't
you know
understand
what I'm saying?
that.
They don't
Tackling
understand.
is a large thing. Like if he has to 9 times out of 10, if you have to make a tackle, it's because you're out of position. Like that. That's what the Italians say.
Fact.
So this is the language
Fact.
that we need to go
yeah,
through.
if you have to make a slide tackle, because that means you're stretching. More times you make a slide tackle when man already passed you.
Yeah, and I like to
know.
slide tackle. So I'm clearly not in the right place half the time when I'm playing football. But this is the levels that they have to sort of take in.
It's true because I take, for example, Zuma last weekend against Southampton. Great slide tackler, last-ditch defending, did a great tackle on Benteke against Palace last season where he literally saved us the game. Great recovery defender in terms of his pace, physicality, slide tackles, all that kind of stuff. But positionally, he's not concentrating all the time. And you saw that with the Southampton goal where Minamino ran in behind. He's in no man's land. And that's where, again, if Maldini was watching that, he'd be saying, listen, you wouldn't have to be making all these last-ditch tackles if you was in the right position, but you weren't. And
that's why I don't rate reactive defending in the Prem, man. Everyone don't get it twisted. We all love when our centre half, the other guy's about to score, he makes a big tackle, but everybody sees that and gets gas, and they don't see the man that's been in that situation, clocked it 10 seconds before, just dropped off either a couple of yards or got tight, and it's not a thing like that. This is the thing. That's not going to be on a YouTube clip. Like that's not going to be on Virgil van Dijk's YouTube highlights, for instance. And
Virgil don't slide tackle because you don't need to.
This is the thing.
You know the ones. It was the same with Michael Carrick. The reason why Michael Carrick never needs a slide tackle is because he was just stepping in front of man and cutting it out and then just passing. Like interceptions, bro. Rio did it as well. You very rarely saw Rio slide tackle. You saw him more going to ground towards later in his career when he lost a bit of pace, and
you getting shagged anyways. Like,
exactly. And his reflexes weren't what they were. But bruv, in his prime, he was just stepping in front of man.
This is why Thiago Silva's leaps and bounds ahead of everyone for us, because he's just in the right place at the right time. Right place at the right time. You can see he's just a seasoned veteran. Do you know what I mean?
He don't make reactive. Apologies, he doesn't do reactive defending, man. Like I don't rate that. Like it has to all be proactive. Like even at my club, it's like half the time, we're making people are praising mistakes. It's like even when we have a decent centre half, like happened with Koscielny when Gabriel first came. It's like don't get twisted. They're shining because they're good centre halves, but they're not shining because we're actually knowing how to defend and they're digging us out of holes that we're in. They're like looking like firemen. It's like everything's burning. They're saving women and kids and things like that. This is the problem. Like, and especially with English football, like can't you see defending is probably at its worst. Every week there's a whole heap of goals and just crazy sort of goals. And if you actually watch the games, it's mistakes. I think it's entertaining, don't get it twisted. But half the time it's footballers doing things you probably wouldn't see at Hackney Marshes. Like, and this is what it is. It's all entertainment.
That's it, bruv. That reactionary football thing, if you got a proper coach, them things don't happen. You know them things don't happen, and that's what it is, bro. No matter what sport it is, same with boxing, blood. When you see two highly skilled fighters, bruv, to the untrained eye, it looks like nothing's going on. You just see bare feints. You see bare feints. No one's throwing anything. Bare men are touching, feinting, and that, and then you get impatient. They're like, someone throw a punch and that, bruv. You know them ones because two highly skilled guys, bruv. It's chess. It's like you make the move. I'm gonna counter you. Now I'm not moving because he's gonna counter me. There's bare things going on where man are just in there fainting all the time. And man just think, oh yeah, then man. I see man cracking jokes saying, oh man, just dancing for 3 minutes and that. You know what I mean? But go in there and dance with them, man, and you're sleeping.
The stamina to do all of that as well, like,
bro.
And when you get you get these Jake Paul fights, it's just like big arm like this, like it's like
man just running in there and slapping each other, bro. Like the thing is, when you see two top class managers you're gonna see bare guys like jousting. You're gonna see bare of that. Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna see it. And the Chelsea game was an example of two teams, that had their system on smash, bro. And it came down to one moment of individual brilliance. Same with the Real Madrid game as well. Even with 10 men, it came down to individual brilliance, bro. Like Mendy literally couldn't have put that any more in the corner. The shot went outside the post.
Literally.
Outside the post and came back in. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it comes down to, bro. It comes down to, at the top level, it comes down to fine margins. That's why when man are celebrating my team, coming back from behind, bruv, if you're going behind nearly every game, bro, focus on that.
Bro, this is what used to happen under Emre. This is it, what Arsenal under Emre, exactly what you just said there. Like, we used to say, oh, we patterned it in the second half. It's like, well, if you have to get to that point, what's going on in the week?
You know, like that. You know what I'm saying? We play better when we're losing. Why is that? You know what I mean? Those are the things that man need to... Bruv, man need to be... Bruv, this is what man need to be looking at, cuz.
It's silly.
You know, like that, bro. You know, like that. Like, why is it that man have to concede a goal to start playing football? Why is that? Man are asking the wrong questions. Man are saying, oh, United scored the most amount of goals and that in the league and that, bruv. We had one game where we scored 9 and one game where we scored 6 or 7, bro. That's literally a third of our goals, blood. Like in 2 games. Don't get gassed, bro. Man are still averaging probably 2 goals a game. It's not mad. You know, like that. It's not mad, bro. Do you know what I mean? But people are so reactive and they got short-term fucking memory loss, bro. It's like...
They live week to week.
That's what I mean, week to week. That's why when man are bouncing up and down from comebacks, it's like, bruv, why man conceding 2 goals to Sheffield United, bruv, and then man can't buy a goal? You know, like that. These are the things that man need to be focusing. Focus on, your weaknesses, blood. Do you know what I mean? Not your perceived strengths, blood.
Bro, that was us, that was oh, sorry to cut you. That was us against Leeds as well, because like we were fantastic. We scored 4 goals, but why is it against Leeds they don't score from set pieces? We've let them score one. Like if they get a penalty with Bamford, it's a different sort of game. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't trying to be negative, but this is the problem with fans. You either are extremely happy or extremely down. People don't look at it in a balanced thing.
Yeah, facts. No, I'm saying, and Matisse, your guy Mason, bruv. No, I mean, doing his thing. I saw a cheeky nutmeg in there and that.
Yeah. Sat down Camavinga against Ren, and now sat down Felix against Atletico. It's not bad
he's
business.
doing it against youngers, man.
It's not bad
Dylan
business.
Smith-Rowe still got the peas on his head, man. He calm it down.
One thing I would say is I think that Lampard damaged his reputation. I'm not gonna lie. Because man stopped taking him seriously because of Lampard. No, but it's not just that. Lampard was playing him everywhere. Yeah. He was just shoehorning him in. He was shoehorning him into the team. Yeah. You're shoehorning him into team instead of playing him in his best positions, bro. Like, he's actually an attacking player when you watch him.
Burning him out as well.
Yeah, and they're burning man out, playing him in the 6 and all these dead things, bro. Like, he's got a bit about him. He's got a bit of flair about him. 100%. You know them one.
Did the same against Southampton. He nutmegged someone on the left wing as well. He's got a bit of skill. He will use his skill when it's necessary. He's not one to really show it when it's not needed. But if he's in a tight situation, that's when you can see how much skill he's got. Did a really good bit of play there on that left-hand side, and then a really good weighted pass to Werner in behind. So, it's taken him some time, but the more he plays, the better he's looking. I like the leadership skills that he's showing as well. He definitely is showing that he's going to be a big part of the team in the way that...
I mean, he said he wanted to be man's captain, innit? So he's got to show that.
Yeah, he wanted to be, and he's there's moments where Kovac and Jorginho need a bit of help in that midfield because they're not seasoned, tacklers in terms of winning the ball back in midfield and things like that. They're not really traditional DMs, and he gets back in there as well, and he makes it up a free when it's needed. So he's one of those guys that we have that can play in between the lines and get and turn and show little bits of skill and individual quality, but he'll also get back into shape as well if need be, which is needed. So yeah, man, I'm very impressed with him. He just needs to go under the radar now. He's had a lot of attention, way too much attention. Anytime we have a press conference, journalists are always asking about him. It's always Mason.
Get away with that, though, He's playing for England. He's a poster boy academy. He's never going to get out of that. To be fair,
yeah, unfortunately, I would love for him to come out of the media spotlight for a bit and just go onto the radio and just keep working on his game. But he's already in there now, so it is what it is.
100%. And I see there's there's been loads of Zizou slander all over the internet. And again, it's funny because you know what it is with these football fans. It's like they see the names on the paper, but they don't realize that how many cycles have these man been there?
Yeah.
Like Cruz is an old man in football terms.
Tired,
Do you know what I mean? Modric is an old man in football terms, even though Casemiro is younger than them, a little bit younger than them. He's been there for a while. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got an aging squad. Do you know what I'm saying? Boy, Ramos should have retired probably like 4 years ago and he's still going. You know them ones, or I should have at least dropped down a level 4 years ago.
In that squad, man.
There's no balance. There's not really
train up the younger ones. They're old man.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. When you see it now,
actually nobody in their prime, is there? It's just bare
no one. It's either youths or man that over the hill. The only player that's meant to be is around that prime age is like fucking Varane. He's the only one, and he seems like one of them guys that peaked early, bruv. So it's one of them ones where also he was playing with a prime Ramos. So again, maybe that camouflaged his weaknesses at the time. So now man are saying he's overrated and he's washed, but maybe Ramos was just making man look better than he was. Who knows?
Like,
do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like playing next to a Thiago Silva or a John Terry.
For most of your career. Imagine if you play next to a prime John Terry most of your career, then John Terry gets old, and then you get played next to a normal centre back, bruv. It's peak shit you used to get away with. You can't get away with. But what Zidane's doing with that team, man have to respect it because the team's not that good, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? These man used to be wavy. Look at that, bruv. 31 Modric, 35. I mean, 35 Modric, 31 Kroos, blood, and Kroos were a man that runs anyway. You know them ones. And Luka was a guy that used to nippy across the ground, and he's lost a good yard now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Newer, hungrier dons now, man. A lot of these guys, I don't think you lose your hunger to win trophies, but they need guys that ain't really accomplished it. A lot of these guys, and I listen, with all due respect to Luka Modric, he's one of the best midfielders to ever done it, but they're past it now. They've had their time. It's dead now, really. Like, the one thing that was getting me watching that game is like when Real Madrid are playing, it's like, and I know Hazard's injured, but you're looking left and right and like, there's no sort of maverick in this team. First time in a while. Like, there's no standout head and shoulders above player. And even if they ain't got Zidane, Benzema, which he's been injured, there's no one. Like, you got the Vinicius. I don't really rate Vinicius Jr. too tough.
Yeah, I think he's dead, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. He looks like some reborn Mane blood. You know them ones. Like, when I watch him, he just looks bare erratic.
I think there's something there, and I think you're robbed. Like, I don't. Yeah, like he said, he just looks mad dead. Like,
and they have bare injuries, but even with everyone back, who's in their prime and shelling right now? Even Hazard's over the.
Yeah, someone says Hazard should be in his prime. No way. It's not just about age; it's about what they've gone through. This brother was getting his ankles cut off in all Premier League games for years on years. He was in the Premier League for like 7 years. He ain't gonna be in his prime.
Also, attackers, bruv, their prime age tends to be younger anyway. Do you know what I mean? The only attackers, whose prime lasts a bit longer is attackers that reinvent themselves throughout the course of their career. Because if you look at most of these attackers, like this, bruv, this is Mbappe's prime now, blood. What man think that he's not in his prime, bro? He's in his prime now. You know them ones. Haaland is in his prime now, blood. Man's prime is now because man's playing at this top level right now. Athletically, you only get worse as you get older, blood. You know them ones, and the more injuries you accumulate. As long as these men don't have no career, like not threatening injuries, but anything that's gonna kind of stutter their career, these men are in their prime now, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Michael Owen was in his prime at 17. Rooney was in his prime at 17, 18. Like, don't let the age fool you, blood. Certain man just peak mad early. Certain man peak mad early, and then they get to 25, 26. Same with Harry Kane as well. Like, I wouldn't say he's in his prime now. I'd say that he's plateaued now, and he's only gonna get worse now. But he's still at a high level, bro.
So.
But prime, because too many injuries. Too many injuries, bro.
Yeah, it's the injuries. If it wasn't for the injuries, then I would say that I don't think he'll get any worse because he's not really a brother that relies on pace.
No, but I'm not saying that he's gonna get worse now. But what I'm saying is he won't get better than this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But there's not really much more to improve in terms of his game, is there? What more?
There's not. The only thing that it really could have been better was the athleticism, and that's declining because he's getting injured.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So if anything, he's declining because his body can't do what his body could do 2 years ago, and that's why I say that like he's definitely not in his prime in physically because he's had too many injuries. Do you know what I mean? Technically, he's not going to decline. Same with Rooney. He could still slap a free kick at 33, even when man couldn't even run around the pitch. He could still slap a free kick in the top corner. But physically, he's declined. Do you know what I mean? But technically, he hasn't. so he's still going to get good numbers. So sometimes the peak of a player's career, yeah, is when they're at their physical prime.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's not his physical prime because he's had too many injuries. Haaland and Mbappe right now are at their physical prime. And if they don't get injuries, they'll be in their physical prime for a good 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Comfy, you can see it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Mbappe, even if he loses half a yard, he won't be in his prime, but he'll still be better than most.
Pass half the team.
Yeah,
still running past better, man.
Same with Haaland. If he loses half a yard, he's still too quick for most, man. You know, like that. And that's what it is, bro.
He does.
So, like the whole prime thing, you have to look at some people's build and their genetics, bro. Like Rooney was built like a 25-year-old man at 16. That's man's prime, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's certain man that come in skinny like Ronaldo. When he was 17, 18, he was a little marga you, and then he got into his physical prime at like 21, 22. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's physical prime's at a different age depending on your genetics. Do you know what I mean? You might get more smarts as you get older, but your physical prime most of the time determines what your career is going to be saying. That's just it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because one injury could throw off the whole thing.
Yeah.
You saw it with Torres, blood. One hamstring injury, and all of a sudden, man's looking like a janitor, fam.
Yeah, you see it with Gareth Bale as well. He was actually a late bloomer because he was getting linked with moves.
He was quite skinny, but he had a great engine. And then Madrid had man on the peds, and then man just turned into bro. He started looking like Cristiano, bro.
Yeah.
When he left Tottenham, he wasn't built like that.
No, it's true.
And then man's chest was twice the width, blood.
They beefed him up.
You know, like that. And that's what I mean. So, like, physical prime, Hazard's had way too many injuries. He's past his physical prime now. It's not about age.
It's funny with Bale because he was a late bloomer because he was on the peripherals of Spurs, like second choice left back, getting linked with moves to like Roma.
They tried to shot him, man. When he was a left back, he was dead. Let's say he weren't dead, but he wasn't rated. He scored a mad free kick them times against us, but he weren't rated like that.
Yeah. And then he obviously had his peak at Tottenham, then at Real Madrid, and now he's already kind of done. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and how old is he? Probably like 30 something. Early 30s, maybe.
Wait, falling off before Ronaldo. That's someone said in the comments. He's meant to be Ronaldo's replacement. He fell off before Ronaldo. My man summed it up perfectly.
Like his peak is a lot smaller than maybe you'd expect a lot of people to be. So it's just kind of mad.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So like when you're judging players primes, like there's no prime age. There's only estimations. Like I mean, they say defenders peak later. Do you know what I mean? Defensively, but not always, blood, because they might be smarter as they get older. But bruv, athletically, if they've lost a yard, do you know what I mean? Like that, their game could pretty much be based on their athleticism.
Look at Bale.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, you know, if he goes and joins PSG and plays amazing or whatever, of course this might flip the whole thing. But it's a thing where Bellerin can only learn tactically how to be a decent player. Now he's not going to get you probably could, but I don't think he's going to get that explosive pace back and things. And I think because of his injuries and all these things, he's kind of peaked early. He come into the scene kind of early as well. And you're looking at 25, he almost plays like he's 32. You know, he plays a bit like that West Ham new fullback that they've got, and I actually like him. Is it Koval or something like that? You know, which one looks older when they're playing?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm saying big up there. My man said his name on his prime now. I wouldn't say so. You know what I mean? I think Neymar's as good as he'll ever be. Do you know what I mean? I think he's at his peak. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's in his prime. He was in his prime when he was a bit younger and taking the piss a little bit more.
2015,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when he was a bit younger. When he was playing with Messi and that.
Won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, when he was playing with Messi and that, the MSN and that was prime Neymar, blood.
Yeah.
When he was just skinning man. And he still skins man now, but for me, he's not in his prime now. I mean, I think he's at his peak. He's at his pinnacle. I don't think he gets any better than where he is now. But I don't think he's in his prime, like, because again, he's had bare injuries.
Yeah.
Bare injuries. Do you know what I mean? His physical prime, you know what I'm saying, like, was around here, 25, 27. Like, he's 29 now. You see what I'm saying?
Enjoying why he's here now.
That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because once he loses a bit of pace, you're going to see him change his game up more.
Tempting.
You know what I mean? Do a little playmaking thing, probably score less goals. You know what I mean? And you still get the tricks and stuff like that, but you're not going to say...
He could evolve his game quite well into becoming a playmaker.
Because he's mad techie.
He does it anyways. He does it anyways.
He's already a playmaker. He's just going to lose his So I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited to see how Neymar evolves. But that's why they're touting Mbappe and Haaland next for the next Ballon d'Or race, and they're not mentioning Neymar.
I just want Neymar to be respectful of his career. I don't want him to do what a lot of the Brazilian legends have been doing recently and just forcing it, playing at bare different clubs in bare different leagues, and it's like they just look tired. I really want him to just go back to Brazil and let me remember the Neymar for the great you is, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Cold baller, you know them ones.
Weird.
I mean, big up everyone in the chat as well. Smash the like, bruv. Always good vibes in there. I see you, man, bruv. There's bare you, man, in here. Let's get us up over at least 800 likes. Do you know what I'm saying? You, man, already know what it is. You know what I'm saying.
We face each other on Sunday,
weekend, Matisse, blood. What are you saying? I'm not, all right, bruv. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not confident still.
I'm telling you, perhaps booking you and Saeed on my channel the day after might be a bit risky if we don't win. Imagine if you man win. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. I'm confident because I think Tuchel is just a better manager than Oli, so I think he can outsmart him tactically. But our record against United has been a bit mad as well. And obviously you got Bruno Fernandes who just keep popping up every now and then for celebrations. Regardless of whether he's playing well, he always seems to get involved. So I think it's going to be a close game. I hope we have to win. Like, we're not even in the top 4. After all this good form, I think we're 2 points behind West Ham in 5th. So it's a must-win game for us. So yeah, I just hope that we can.
Are you confident though? Are you confident?
This chest is confident.
I'm a little bit confident, but I'm always worried. I'm always worried with Man United, to be honest. They're one of those teams that it's very 50-50 with us because I've been confident before against Man United back in the old days, and we've gone to Old Trafford and got slapped up 3-0 Vidic headers. Do you know what I mean? I've still got that in my back of my brain. So with Man United, we always either seem to do extremely well or terribly and no in between. Like, I remember when we beat you 4-0 under Conte, Pedro in 30 seconds. But then next thing you know, we're getting slapped up by Ollie's tricky Reds every single time. So I don't really know what to expect. I'm just hoping that Tuchel can out tactically smart him. I think he's definitely way above him manager wise. So I think we've got the upper hand there, but we'll have to see, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is not a game I would bet on because I wouldn't be shocked if we lost.
Let's cut you off, but didn't PSG play United?
PSG,
ain't you? Yeah, PSG United. Wasn't Tuchel the gaffer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might have a little something up his sleeve.
I don't know.
A little bit of learning from that.
Yeah, he was the manager. So it would be very interesting to see what he's learned, if anything. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, it was harder for him to kind of stamp his philosophy on that PSG team because of the star players they had.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They definitely didn't play the football that Chelsea are playing right now. Stylistically, you can't play like that when you've got Neymar and Mbappe in your team anyway. I mean, you're going to play Mbappe as a wing back. You're not going to do that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones where, like, I get it in it, but when I look at this Chelsea team, we're a team that don't keep the ball very well and like to play on the counter.
Yeah,
Chelsea are a team that keep the ball very well, and also they don't leave a lot of space to even counter. So it's like if we score, it's going to come down to. Well, it always comes down to individual brilliance anyway, but we're going to need that more than ever to really dent this Chelsea team.
I think in the past, Chelsea have struggled in transition against Oli. Lampard's allowed Oli in transition to just kill us so many times. Even that game at Old Trafford, his first day, 3-0. You man in transition. I remember Martial was just, I think it was Rashford actually, just killed us on transition on the break. We tried to set offside traps and all this shit. So, but now, Tuchel's set up the team for transition. 3 at the back, 6 in the midfield. And it's like, even if you were breaking on us, we should be able to be outnumbered. Yeah, so, I think it's going to be an interesting one because it's another test for the likes of Christensen and Rudiger, players that I don't rate highly overall, but have been in good form, so I have to praise them. Did great against Atletico, but this is another test. They came up against Suarez. Now they've got to come up against Rashford, who's got a bit of pace. Bruno, who's always in the right place at the right time. Martial's due to have a game at some point. So it's gonna be interesting. It's one of them games I would never bet on. Do you know what I mean? It's not one of those ones. It's very, very to and fro game because things with Man United is you don't know what to expect because they could turn up at any moment. They're so unpredictable. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I don't know. In recent times, I don't think we've been unpredictable. I think we've been quite predictable in the sense that our recent run's not great and the football's not been good. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. Our strikers aren't really scoring goals. and yeah, Pogba's still out. So I don't think it's going to be unpredictable. Like United ain't just going to turn up and just be on smoke. Like you know what I mean? Like it hasn't happened in a long time. I have a feeling that he's going to start Dan James as well. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know in it. If I'm honest, do you know
if he
what I'm
starts
saying?
Dan James, I really hope that Chilwell plays then and not Alonso, because that's the one thing Dan James has is pace. I don't have time to watch that Alonso versus Dan James running.
To be fair, that pace isn't really a problem. To be fair, like, he's not running anywhere important, you know, like that. So I think it'll be interesting to kind of see tactically how we set up if we try and match you and go for a free at the back, because you're gonna go for a free at the back or whatever. It'd be interesting. I can't second guess what my manager's gonna do because I don't really know.
Mad.
You know what I'm saying? The
previews for this game should be fun then.
Oh, bruv, listen. No, I'm saying big up everyone inside. I see you, man, messaging me about this Ute, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So you lot can clip this, yeah? You can clip this and just send it to him because I'm not going back on Twitter. But one, I don't know this Ute. And two, if man don't like my opinions, my footballing opinions, then just don't watch me. Like, why does man keep either someone sending him clips or whatever and tweeting about it, man? Why are you doing it? If you don't like my opinions, don't watch, man. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple, bro. Like, the reason why I am where I am and you are where you are is because I'm better than you at this. It's that simple. I'm better than you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's that simple, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's why my man's on Twitter chatting shit and he gets more retweets when he talks about me than when he talks about football. Because no one cares about your opinion because you're shit. This is how it is. So man, I have to say it bluntly, bro. You're rubbish, innit? Like, bro, I gained more followers on Twitter when I left Twitter than you have this year, bro. I left Twitter. I think I've tweeted 4 times this year, and I came back and I gained more followers in the time I wasn't on Twitter than you've gained the whole time you've been on Twitter this year. Me and you are not the same. Don't mention my name, bro. It's that simple, bruv. You're shit. You know, like that. It's just that simple, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing, bro. And I know man's hating, but bruv, I'm better than you, bruv. That's life, bro. You know, like that. My girl's nicer than your girl. Bruv, like, bruv, it's the truth. He's an ugly Ute, blood. A man looks like his breath smells. He looks like Kane Dingle from Emmerdale, bro. He looks like his breath smells like the sofa in a pub. That's what man looks like, bro. You know them ones, bro. Like, my girl's better looking than your girl, and when we have Utes, yeah, and you and your girl have Utes, my kid's gonna be better looking than your Ute, and it's gonna be better athletically than your Ute. It's gonna be smarter than your Ute. I'm gonna have more money than your Ute because man's just better than you. There's nothing that can change, bro. Like, there's nothing, bro. So get over it.
This guy must have said some terrible shit.
But bro, he just chat shit, bro. He just chat shit for clicks, bro. Man was like,
what's his name? I want to find
bruv, some Ute apparently does fan cams on the United stand. He's got like 3,000 followers on Twitter and he thinks he's a YouTuber, blood. Fuck off. You know, like that. You're a loser, bruv. That's what you are. That's why you're worried about me, bro. Let me tell you something, yeah. You see man that are doing well in life, don't worry about what other men are doing. Like, if I don't like someone's footballing opinion, you know what I do? I just don't watch them. You know, like that, bro. Like, man's better than you at this, bro. I'm better than you. That's where I am where I am. You're angry because people listen to my opinions. They don't listen to yours because you're shit, bro. It's that simple.
I've never understood why people hate others because of a football opinion. Just don't listen. Like, that's the great thing about YouTube is there's variety, there's other shows, there's
bro,
there's no need to worry
if you don't like something, do not watch it.
That's why it's love. That's why it's love, because he's watching it, chatting about it. It's love. It's love. It's just a different sort of way of
love. The people that hate your content will actually watch it the most.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's the thing. And you see me, yeah, bro. Like, you understand? You see where we grow up, deluded and that, bro. Like, this war thing is in our blood. You know them ones. When man come for you, I'm just instantly. It's a disrespect. I'm just disrespecting you, bro. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know you in real life, blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, if you don't like man or my opinions, just do not watch me, bro. But I'm still gonna be better than you either way. So just know that. You know them. Just know that. You understand? That's it, bro. So me and you are not levels. Don't speak my name. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can fucking clip this and send it to his blood clot, bro. Because I'm not tweeting him again, bro. Like I am better than you. And if it's keeping you up at night, that's your business.
He's got his 5 minutes, man.
You know like that. You've had your 5 minutes,
Man.
and that's all you're getting from man. Do you know what I mean? So cry yourself to sleep, bruv. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So big up everyone inside. You already know what the thing is, bro. Like, man, I'm not on this, bro. Obviously, man makes YouTube videos, but I'm not on it. You know the one.
I found his account.
Yeah, last time a man was trying to send.
He's a bit obsessed with you,
Bro, a little bit. Like,
Fuck
listen. If this youth wants to buy me dinner tonight, he can buy me dinner because this brother loves me, and it's one of them ones. The last time I got into an altercation on YouTube with someone, yeah, and it got disrespectful, I ended up getting in a fight, blood, and someone got punched up. So I'm not really on this back and forth tweeting thing, so I'm not gonna do it. Do you know what I'm saying? But man's just better than you, blood. Like that's all it is.
That's gonna rattle him every time he hears that.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's just today, but I haven't seen someone tweet about one person so often. Like your account is based on rants, not your own self,
bro. Because he don't get no retweets otherwise, bro.
I feel like as if I don't know, man. It's nuts. Maybe I don't know if this is just an off day for him or what, but you need to. If I have any advice to you, Alex, to just come at you from a nice point of view, because I don't know you. But just focus on putting out your own opinions, man, and your own account.
Exactly.
Build your own
You're
account.
better than this, man. You're better than. I don't know you, but I know you're better than this, man.
He's not, bro. As I said, if you want to buy man dinner,
DJ just trying to come with the wisdom.
I'm trying to do the big thing. I'm trying to do the big thing. I know you're better than this.
Nah, bro. You see me, bro. Like, you see me. It's one of them ones where, like, I'm a cool guy, as you know, yeah. But, bro, like, I've got a nastiness inside me, yeah. When man come for me, blood, I'll always choose violence. I will always choose it, bro. Because listen, it's primal instinct to protect yourself, blood.
True.
You know them ones, and I'll always choose violence, bro. Like always. Do you understand what I'm saying? I will always choose it, bro. Because certain man,
yeah,
bro, the same energy it takes for me to chat, I could just slap you in your face.
Literally.
You understand? If anything, it might be easier to slap, man.
It's less energy, man. The talking thing is long, man.
You know the ones, and yo, big up you, man, in the comment section as well, because one man was like, "Oh yeah, you should get Tef on here." Man, just messaged me as well, blood. That's so mad how you man judged me, blood. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, like Tef will definitely be back on soon, blood. No, because yeah, he's been ghost. You get me? Yeah, he just said, bro. Yeah. So yeah, he might be on later. He just text me. That's so random, blood. Fuck's sake. You get me? So yeah, bro. So yeah, Tef will be back on the channel soon. You get me? You know now listen, no, bro. You know what it is, yeah. Like, bro, you see who my little brother is. You know the amount of times I got in fights, yeah, because my brother's on talking.
Yeah, I can tell you, man, must have definitely battled.
He's on talking, and then I have to fight, man. You know them ones there, because my brother will run his mouth. A man will threaten my brother. My brother will say, "Yo, so and so said something," and then I'm pulling up.
I remember when I didn't know you two were brothers, but you can tell your brothers because you talk about their instincts. If anybody comes for either of you, it's a wrap on the site. Right. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's
100%, bro. Like, bro, like this is what it was, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's 100% what it was. It's just my brother used to do it all the time, and he'll tell you, bro. His first day of school, I got in a fight. Because my brother would just come and just move, just cussing people, blood. You know the ones there, and then man are coming after me, like
I'm a pacifist, innit? I'm all love.
Bruv, man coming after my bro, blood. Honestly, do you know what I mean? Man coming up to me and saying, "Rah," like my brother's hurting so many man's feelings. That man almost like kind of asking me permission, like can I chat to him? I'm like, you can't chat to my brother. It's mad, you can't. You know, like that. So it's just one of them ones where really, bro, like I'm not really on that with these people. The thing I see it is, bro, like I'm not on the YouTube beef thing. All of us are just doing our own thing.
Yeah.
100%. Do you know what I'm saying? We're all doing our own thing, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? I collab with bare people. Do you know what I mean? I like to see my people do well.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I do that, bro. Do you know what I mean? I work with bare people. Do you know what I mean? I like to share my platform and shine light on people, regardless of how many numbers they got. That's me, innit?
100.
But if you don't know me and you're trying to disrespect, man, bro, I don't see it as, oh, it's just a YouTube beef thing. It's like, no, man will pull up.
Facts.
Do you understand what it is? How have you got a Twitter page and you're just talking bare about me, blood? Like, you don't even know me, blood. That's the kind of shit that I have man pull up at your house, blood, and then we can talk.
That's why it's love. That's why I have to say it's love. Like, it can't. It's weird. That it's just weird. I don't know.
It's marketing. It's just free marketing.
I mean, he's got his 5 minutes for speaking about. Shout out to you, Alex. You might as well come in the comments and plug your thing. To be
Bro,
fair.
listen, bro. If you want to chat to me, bro, if this brother wants to chat to me, bro, I'll go on his channel. He's not coming on mine. You know them ones, because he don't deserve it. You know them ones. The only time his name will be mentioned on my channel is when I'm brushing him. You know them ones. I'm getting paid to brush him. You know, like that. But I'll come on his channel. I'll come on his channel and cook his clout, fam. You know, like that. Disrespectfully, there'll be no football talk.
Oh my god.
You know, like that, and that's what it needs to be, blood. You know what I'm saying? If man want to chat man's name, bro, like send me the StreamYard link. I'll pull up. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've seen this unfold so many times, even on a podcast one time. Usually when you send someone the link on like we had a podcast on Patreon. Usually when you bring a brother into it, their tone and demeanor comes down and they settle down a bit and it's a bit more calmer from them. It's just how it usually goes. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's on Twitter usually talking a lot and very loudly, and then when it's time to actually come and talk on an actual public streaming service where everyone can watch you, then you realize it's not so easy, and then everybody calms down a bit. So
it wasn't like that, man. I didn't mean to say that because
no, that's what I mean. I didn't mean that, or I didn't like what the. Bro, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck's sake, bro. I ain't got no time for this, bro. Like, we're all just here. Do you know what I mean? We all love football. That's why we're here. We got our opinions. We don't all agree. That's fine. If you don't agree with a man's opinion, do not watch their channel. Don't subscribe to them so you can dislike their videos. Don't subscribe to them so you can leave stupid comments. How about you just go about your fucking life? How about that?
Literally.
Facts.
How about, bruv? It's that simple, you know? Like, guys, life is so much easier if you just surround yourself with people that you want to be around, bruv.
Literally.
In real life, do you go around man you don't like? Do you just sit in a room and say, yo, that guy's a dickhead, you know? But I'm just chilling in the room with man, you know? He's chatting West and I'm here just like, yeah, there's a pussy. No, you would leave. So why are you watching, man? Do you know what I'm saying,
every
brother?
time you click on a stream and watch the whole ad just to annoy Rants, you're literally giving him money. Don't make no sense. Like, do the maths. What are you accomplishing? Because you're just giving brother more money. I don't get it.
It's just that energy could be put into your own thing. Like, that's it.
That's what me and DJ are saying. Just work on your own account.
But the thing is, man put the energy in his own thing and it's still dead. So now he's trying to jump on my thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's usually the sign that you should just quit.
I bet man don't even know who Donny is. Like,
When you're putting in bare energy into your own thing and it's not banging, it's because you're not good, bruv. I swear to God, that's why. There's no other reason. You know that there's no other reason. I promise you. I swear down, you know. There's no other reason. Because if you're putting bare energy into your thing, you got a co-sign from a channel that's nearly got 1 million views, and your thing's still dying. It wasn't meant to be. I promise. It wasn't meant to be.
Guys, banging him.
That's it I'm saying.
They never haters don't. People like that carry evilness in their heart. They don't prosper in the end, anyways, man. You don't, and you don't go to bed. You clearly, he's an individual. When it's all said and done, and he has his shower and he goes to bed and he closes his eyes, he doesn't feel good about himself. That's it. Like, he's insecure. You're better than this, Alex, though, man. Pattern up.
I'm just chatting bare shit.
Pattern up, man.
That's what I'm saying. I punch man in his face.
If I can say one thing to Alex, this wasn't worth it. You see all of this patterning that you just got the last 15 minutes? Don't ever do this again.
That's
it's
what
not
I mean.
Worth it. It's not
But
worth it, fam.
that's what I'm saying. So, bro, you could tell these man. I'm not chatting to this pagan again. You know them ones. So I said you man could clip that. Do you know what I mean? I know they're standing on tiptoes and that, bro. Like, literally, like, man get banged in the face the same way. You know them. It doesn't make no difference. It don't make no difference. Man could talk about me till the cows come home. He's still ugly, bruv. And he's still failing at this YouTube thing. You know them, it doesn't really matter, bro. That's all
Yeah.
that matters. You know, like that. So fuck that guy. Do you know what I mean? I'll cook him because I'm a petty youth, bro. I'll cook man every day this week if I want. You know, but every day this week and get paid while doing it. A man's tweeting for free, you know. It's mad to me. Honestly. You know, like that. And you know what, yeah? It's one of them ones where, bruv, lockdown soon done anyway.
This is it.
So we'll see what happens. You know them ones. I'm not really on this back and forth with this youth. You know what I mean? I'm not really on it. I might just bully him if I'm feeling bad, man.
He's not even worth it, man.
I might just bully him though.
Hey, but he's not even worth it. Like he is.
But I told you, bro. I got something inside me, bro. Like, I got something inside me.
But if I've got any advice for anyone, it's rants and expressions, fam. Just tread carefully, brothers.
You see us, yeah?
You
like,
don't want this smoke.
Like, we're cool youths, yeah, but we got bad intentions with certain man. You know the ones. Man, I got bad intentions, fam. And that's why I like boxing. That's why I like fighting. Because, man, I'm a cool youth, but I got bad intentions for certain people when they chat shit. You know them, man. And that's just kind of how it is. So when man's talking about height and all these other things, blood, like I tell man like what I told the other you as well. I said, like, bruv, man could pull up.
Leave that.
Is what it is.
Talking about height and leave it.
Bruv, you know like that, bruv.
Come on,
you know
man.
like that, bruv. Man, just say pick your gloves, blood, and I'll see you where I see you, blood, and you'll just get weighed in, fam.
Everyone hasn't seen a 6 foot plus don get bang dropped to the face.
Bruv, listen, every don that Tyson dropped, yeah, was 6 foot plus, bruv, and he was my height, so it didn't matter. You know them ones, so it is what it is. The man's talking about height, bro. I tell you what, man, I don't need a ladder to test the jaw, fam.
Just chat.
You know, like that.
Hey, man, that's what I said. It's not worth it because they haven't lived real life or been in situations, regardless of who they might be, wherever Donny's from. Because if he was from a certain cloth, you wouldn't go on the net and do things like that. It's as simple as that. That's why I said it's not worth it, car. He's a dud.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a bum. Let man know. You know, like that. And I mean, feel free to clip that, bruv. Man's better than him in every aspect, genetically, financially, socially, everything. You know them, and that will never change, no matter how much you tweet, blood. You know, like that. You don't get paid to tweet. I'm getting paid right now, and I'm rinsing you. It's mad. You know, like that. So big up everyone inside. You know what I'm saying? Hold tight.
Someone said in the chat, me with the black screen is signifying what happened to man saying it's a rest in peace thing.
Yeah, that man have already clipped it. Hey, you man are the coldest. You know them ones. See, that's what I'm saying. Love that. You know that. So it's what it is, bruv. Anytime, any place. You know what I mean? He gets smoked. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't doing shit. You know them ones. He needs to go brush his teeth before he chats my name, fam. You know what I'm saying? Big up you, man. Make sure you follow the man. Them. You already know what it is. What else you man got going? What have you man got else coming?
Arsenal versus Benfica today. You know, it's a cup final for us. We don't win. I don't know where we go from here. So yeah, I'll be obviously watch along for that.
Big game.
Big game, bro. Cup final. Like I said, our manager said it. Like cup final is peak for us.
1-1 as well. Yeah, man, that's a big game. I'm actually looking forward to that. 1-1.
I don't. Shook, man.
For me, yeah, I mean, we just did all you can eat Chelsea with Miz and Eunice again. Kind of just a little bit of a mix between obviously the Tuchel Atletico Madrid and then obviously the Man United game upcoming as well. And yeah, then we got Man United previews starting tomorrow. And yeah, and then obviously Rants and Saeed is on Monday, so you guys will love that. The last time that happened, man got dragged. I got dragged, so I need the team to win because otherwise, if Man United win, I'm not gonna lie, that stream is gonna be long for me. So yeah, tune into all that.
Yeah, big up you, man. You already know what it is. You know them ones. Man woke up, had my coffee,
and chose violence.
I chose violence. You know them ones there. No, I'm saying sometimes it's the answer. You know, like that. Not every day, but some days. You know what I mean? So big up everyone. Man's back again tonight. Obviously, we got the pre-match for the Sociedad game. Hopefully, man, get to see Ahmad today. So yeah, 7 o'clock. Got the preview with Aaron Flawless and Saeed, and then obviously watch along with Saeed, and then Red Talk with all the man them. You get me? So yo, big up everyone. Slap the like button. Follow up the man them. And yeah, man, we'll catch you at 7.